we have something called welcome back. We have something like Network Watcher, and it is a regional service that enables you to monitor and diagnose conditions at a network scenario level. So if you see, I have one subscription, free trial. It has if you expand it, it is enabled on all, but basically I only originally enabled in Eastern US. And now if we want to see all these, so if I create the resources in all these regions, then it is helpful. Otherwise this enablement doesn't do anything much than just listing as enabled. If we see Eastern US, and we can see here the subscription is free trial, that is 384C, and it has Network Watcher tags. So if we see here, then we have Network Watcher tags. So not of much use, but then lock this resource. We can lock this resource or verify activity logs. We can do in this region. So I don't know what is lock resource. Let's see what is that. Management logs. So I'm not going to lock it. I'm just looking at it. It's enabled. So it offers topology. This blade has topology, connection monitor, performance monitor. So it checks the metrics as well, and IP flow verify. It has other tools. It is sort of tools, like 6 tools: IP flow verify, next hop, effective security rules, VPN, troubleshoot, packet share, packet capture, connection troubleshoot. And these are diagnostic tools. And then we have metric tools that like usage, quotas. So loading, right now it's loading. So if you see here, we have all these are red right now, but what is green here? Total region vCPUs, 50% is being used for vCPUs. And so on. So IP flow verify is there. So it verifies, checks if a packet is allowed or denied to or from a virtual machine based on 5 tuple information. So we have this, right? And this is the local IP, one of the IP machines IP address. That is why VM machine, virtual machine. This be a virtual machine. Protocol is using TCP. Direction inbound. Whether some traffic will come into it or not, we'll see. So here we can put local port. Acceptable values are 0 to 65,535. So if you put 300 and remote IP address, let me see my IP address. This is my local IP address. I'll go here and paste it. Whether, so we are checking inbound address to this machine. Alright, from this IP address to this IP address, for public internet, from public internet to private internet. Whether it can come in, the packets will flow in or not, right? So let's make it 300 again and check. Loading. So it's like a simulation, right? Whether this access is denied. So it cannot reach. So from the internet IP address to this IP address, it cannot reach directly. All right. So that is one. And if we want like a public IP address of the this is a virtual machine, then let's look up at the virtual VM ones. Virtual machine one's public IP, or here this is a public IP, and here we put this machine here, invalid IP address. So really we cannot do that one here, it seems, because it needs private IP address. Alright, so it appears it needs the private IP address, the same one it was there. So what we'll do is invalid IP address. So what we can do is we'll just close this. We'll go to network watcher, flow verify. Alright, outbound address. So from this IP address, from the port 300, whether it could reach my laptop's IP address or not, remote IP address, right? Same port, or you can give other port as well, check. Access is allowed. You see, it's successful. So it means from this IP address, it can go out to remote my machine's IP address. So we can you can change the port as well. It will go. It's like a trace route. So a ping. So it looks like it is more of a ping from there, from that machine to my machine, whether it's able to do outbound or not. So if we see next hop, we can close this. Yeah. Destination IP address. I'm just going to put my machine only, and the next hop. See, the destination IP address for which the next hop needs to be returned. Acceptable values are valid, IP4, IP6. Result, next hop type internet. So it says what type of hop it is, or to this one, it is internet. Next hop type is coming as internet. So if we see from this machine to this machine itself, and the next hop, if you see arrow code, it returns. So it says it should not be the same VM's NIC IP address. Now that's not allowed. So that is next hop. Close this, and effective security roles. So it seems associated. There are no network security groups that are associated with chosen network. The level of the solution is given in the parenthesis. So we don't have any here. Inbound rules and outbound rules are blank here. We don't have NSG. Packet capture. So if it's trying to add a new packet capture, and packet capture name we are giving here, and so and so storage accounts. So yeah, right, and connection troubleshoot, probe settings, virtual machine. It doesn't have two virtual machines. So if we want to see a connection troubleshooting between two virtual machines, we can do it. Right now I don't have another virtual machine. So as just connection troubleshoot between VM to VM, or fully qualified name VM to a fully qualified name F2DN, or VM to URI, or from VM to IPv4 address. So we can do it all. For now, VM to VM. Let's take this case for connection troubleshooting with whether there is this is tools, diagnostic tools, right? Just to see whether the packets are flowing from VM to VM, or F2DN, or to URI, or any IPv4 address. So here we go here VM1, and to test VM, another VM, I have created VM2. Alright, so it's running test RG1. So what I will do is let me look up the VM. It's not loading up. So what I will do is I will close this and come back to Network Watcher again and go to condition troubleshoot. Source type, virtual machine. See, the source type could be source type could be a virtual machine or application gateway, right? So in this case we are choosing virtual machine, and destination will be another the VM2. It's already loaded it. Probe settings, preferred IP version. Probe settings, we can do IPv4 for now, and destination port. It doesn't say anything like a source port. It did not give, but then destination port is anywhere between 1 to 65,535. So let's give 300 and checking the connectivity. And sorry, so I was thinking, how about target and source port? Destination port is 300, and advanced settings, if you go source port, the source port accepted values are single integer, so 1 to 65,535. So let's give the source port also 300 and then check. I think it takes more time, but you get an idea, right? So yeah, so packet capture, let's see what is that. Resource group, target virtual machine, v1, packet capture name, PCN, packet capture name. The packet capture output file .cap can be stored in storage account and or on the target virtual machine. So this is the storage account. Let's see. This storage account is not connected to virtual machine, but we are saving, it seems, a packet capture configuration here. So from VM1, when it communicates with something else, or the traffic flowing from there, from virtual machine 2 and from virtual machine 1, so we are packet capture output file cap can be stored in storage file and or on the target virtual machine, or file, or both. So if you set storage account 3214, number of bytes captured per packet. If you want to see the packet size, that is there. So if you set default 0, that is the entire packet, and the maximum bytes per session, this is some 10-digit number. So, and the time limit, add filter optional, save it. Adding the packet capture. So we have the packet capture here. Status is loading. We are capturing the packets from VM1 or two VM1, right? Inbound and outbound packets. Status is running. Entire packet we are capturing. All packets. But this is the when we start a session, this is the one. This is the maximum number of bytes per session. So the location is packet capture.cap. So if we go here, so it will be a blob. It's loading. It appears we need to go to the storage test 3214 to look at the file .cap file. So since it is this packet capture configuration is running, so we'll go to storage test 3214. Open it, and we have the blob service here. So let's see where we could look at the .cap file. Since it's a blob, and here the network watcher logs are coming in. Let's see, looks like this is the matching time. There is the release date available. Let's go inside. Calculate the size. But okay, file shares, custom. Or we can, what we can do is we can bring up the storage explorer, load it up. Oh, we have our account here. Let's see what it loads, and we have this storage account here. Expand it. Blob containers. Okay, we have, looks like the metrics here. So it is storing all the metrics in the table. We have the partition key, here, and we have the row key. So capacity blob, transactions blob, queues log, queues blob. This is this table is storing blob, file, queue, and table. Alright, I hope it explains a bit about what I'm trying to do. So if that is helpful, so I hope that is helpful to you. I'll see you in the next session. Thanks for watching my video. I'll see you in the next session. Thanks. Until then, bye bye.